Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Louise, tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. For this morning's Pilates fusion class, we're going to be focusing on balance and coordination. So if you know your balance is a little bit off today, make sure that you've got either a piece of wall or maybe a piece of furniture or a family member that you can lean into for support. We're going to start with a little bit of standing mobilization. Then we'll run through a set. We're going to repeat that set 3 times. Every time we come back to the set, we're going to add a layer of complexity on. So you can either elect to stay or play. You ready to do this? Let's begin. Come to standing in the middle of your mat and give me a small Pilates V. Heels together, toes pointing to the corner of the mat. We're going to start by just giving me a little bit of a roll down mobilization. Start with your chin line and your shoulders nice and parallel to the floor. On an exhale, nod your chin to your chest and peel down one vertebra at a time. Peel back up to your start position. You're going to rinse and repeat. Give me a beautiful hollow frame as you're coming down, as if you were stretching up and over a big ball, before you peel back up to your start position. Keep playing with that hollow frame. As you're coming down, think of bringing it down one vertebra at a time, a lot of control through the spine and the core, and keep that beautiful hollow frame as you come back up. Use your breath. Inhale to prepare, nice big exhale as you come down. Use the whole exhalation to bring you all the way down to the mat. Take a recovery breath and full exhalation as you come back up. Let's do 2 more. And then we'll start playing with the legs. Last one, down and up. Use your inner thigh connection and that pull up from the pubis on the roll down as well as on the roll up. As you complete your last one, keep that turnout position. Arms at your sides or softly braced on your hip bones. You're going to bring it up onto the toes and then down just to hovering off the floor with the heels. So not quite connecting those heels to the floor. Grip the mat with all 10 metatarsals. Let's do 2 more. Then we're going to bring the feet all the way down to the mat and you're going to give me a teeny tiny bend in the knees. Look down and check that your knee's not tracking further than the second toe, just enough to wake up the entire chain of the leg. Let's do 3 more. Then we're going to take it into a balancing challenge. You might need a wall or a piece of furniture for this one if your balance is off. Bring it all the way onto the toes and connect the heels together with a soft bend in the knee. I'll give you a front view for the first one and then a side view. You're going to give me more bend in the knee. Tilt your pelvis to the 12 o'clock position. So scoop, come back. Bend a little bit further. Tilt your pelvis to 12, scoop, come back to neutral. Bend a little bit further, scoop, release. Hold those knees as low as you can. Scoop, release. Come back to position 2, scoop, release. Position 1, scoop, release. Bring it down, shake it out. We're going to repeat that set twice more. I'm going to give you a side view for this one. Find your setup frame on the mat. Give me a small little bend, tilt your pelvis to 12 and bring it back to neutral. Bend, scoop, tilt your pelvis, back to neutral. Bend, scoop, back to neutral. Hold low, scoop, back to neutral, bring it up, scoop, neutral, last one, scoop, neutral, bring it down, shake it out. 1 more set. Find your frame, bend with a scoop, release to neutral. Bend a bit further, scoop, release to neutral. Bend, scoop, release. Come up, scoop, release. Scoop, release. Last one, scoop to release. Shake it out, holding that little Pilates V, arms softly at your side, big breath in. On the exhale, nod your chin to your chest. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, look up to the ceiling. Rinse and repeat, watching that you're not compressing the neck as you're looking up. So thinking of a gentle stretch through the neck, just elongating that loose skin underneath the chin. Last one, we're going to change it up. Exhale to peep over one shoulder. Inhale to come back. The whole time that you're playing, you're watching the weight bearing on your feet, equal on the whole foot, and you zip it up all the way from your ankle towards your breastbone. We're going to change it up. Exhale, nod one ear down towards your shoulder, and then back again. Try not to compress on the side that's coming down. Elongate the head instead up towards the ceiling and think length, not compression, through the spine and the neck. Last one, we're going to start running through our little set. Keeping your turnout position on the mat. Arms are soft at your side, or give me a brace into the hips. You're going to bend your right knee and give me a toe position on the mat with the toe more or less in line with your hip or slightly wider than your hip. You're going to cross over the midline of the body and come back to your start position with that leg. Either tapping out on the mat or hovering the leg off the mat to challenge your balance a little bit more. You can lean into a wall or a piece of furniture if you need to. Drive the movement by engaging the inner thigh and your lower abs as if you were tugging on a string. Let's take it out to the side and back, almost hiking the hip up and back down. Tapping out on the mat or floating and hovering that leg. Try not to lean aggressively to the left. So try to keep your body weight relatively centered as if you had a broomstick that was running through from the crown of your head to the heel of the left foot. Let's take that right leg behind us at about 45. Squeeze the glute to come up and float back down. Side view, you're keeping your turnout position on your supportive leg and you're just squeezing the glute to float the leg up. Give me 4, 3, 2. As you complete your last one, come back out. Shake it out. Take it to the other side. Find your setup frame. Cross over the midline of the body and come back. Find your balance. Think of that rooting or that pinning through your supportive side. Think of that piece of string through the belly button that's bringing that leg up and down. So don't flick and kick with the foot. Use the inner thigh and your lower abs. Last one like this. Take it out to the side and back down. You're going to feel glute and a little bit of inner thigh and outer thigh as you take it out to the side. Let's do 3 more. Think of that rooting through your supportive side. Take the leg behind you to about 45. Squeeze the glute to float the leg up and down. The leg is nice and long, so you're giving me a beautiful long line from your hip to your toe, and you're thinking length through the leg. Don't worry about how high the leg is coming up. Just make sure you're feeling the glute and keep your supportive leg in the turnout position. Last one. Come back to your V, shake it out and open up your legs a little bit wider. You've still got a soft turnout position. You're going to give me a soft squat coming down as low as you can and bring your knee up to your nose. You're going to alternate side to side, either keeping it small and just giving me a small bend or coming down nice and low and then knee to nose. So play where you're comfortable. Open up the knees as wide as you need to be able to execute your squat comfortably. Think weight into your bum and your heel as you come down. Work that tush. Keep your belly button pulled in towards your center line the whole time. Let's do 2 more sets. Then we're going to change our orientation on the mat. Last one. As you complete the last one, change your orientation. Bring your legs into parallel and give me 5 roll downs from the parallel line. Thinking of that hollow frame through the torso as you play. Belly button to spine as you come down. Let's do 2 more. Use your next roll down to get to the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to and find your way to a 4-point kneeling frame on the mat. Make sure that your hands are wide, stacking shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, and your knees hip width distance apart. Don't lean into the arms. Keep your tabletop steady. Start with your gaze down on the mat between your two thumbs, neckline nice and long and neutral, belly button firmly pulled in. You're going to lift, hold, and hover the left arm in line with your ear. Try not to hike through the shoulders, so keep your shoulder line nice and parallel to the floor and keep extending through the left fingertips. Weight distribution equal on the 3 points of contact on the mat. Float back down, find your position on the mat, float your right arm up. There's no shift or tilt through either the shoulders or the pelvis as you bring that right arm up. Lengthen through the arm. We're going to rinse and repeat with the legs. Find your position on the mat. You're going to hover the left knee just off the floor without hiking through the hips. Extend the left leg behind you. When you're ready, first check that your weight distribution is equal on your 3 points of contact on the mat. Squeeze the left glute and come up without tilting and rotating vigorously through the pelvis. So keep your hips as squared to the mat as you can manage and keep your gaze down on the mat. Soften through the left glute. Bring the leg down. Bend the knee. Back into position. Weight now on all 4 points of contact. Extend the right leg behind you. Find your body weight distribution first. Squeeze the right glute. Come up nice and evenly through the shoulders and the hips. Don't pop and rotate. Keep your gaze down on the mat. Keep lengthening through that toe. Soften through the glutes. Tap out. Bend the knee. Come back in. We're going to work a modified chaturanga to get onto the belly from here. Give me a bend in the elbows, but don't chicken wing out. So keep your elbows tucked in. Think caterpillar, hovering just off the floor. And then find your way onto the belly. Bend the elbows, stacking one arm on top of the other. And rest your forehead on the back of your hands. Give me a turnout position on the legs. So the heels are together, toes pointing to the corner of your mat. Inner thighs rotated, and you're going to feel those glutes engage. Give me a single leg lift up and down on the right. To make the leg come up, squeeze the glutes and then soften to come back down. Try not to bend and kick up. The leg floats weightlessly up and down and you're controlling through the glute. I want you to feel a lot of glute, not lower back. So if you're feeling lower back, you're kicking up too high. Change sides. Keep your forehead connected to the back of your hands so that you're not straining the neck. I want that neckline in neutral. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. As you complete the last one, keep your whole belly on the floor, legs in turnout. Lift just the belly button off the mat as if you were creating a little pocket of air, and then relax the belly. Belly up, relax. Belly up, relax. Keep rinsing and repeating. So you're just giving me a little bubble pocket of air underneath the belly button. Don't lift your whole self up off the mat. Keep your hips connected to the mat and just focus on trying to give me a little bubble of air underneath your belly button. Give me 2 more and we'll change it up. As you complete your last one, float both legs up in a soft V shape behind you and tap the heels together. Feel that little squeeze through the glutes. So you're giving me a little soft flutter tap motion. 6, 4, 2. As you complete the last one, float back down softly in parallel. Bring the elbows in, palms alongside your bosom, and push back into a soft child pose. Feet are soft and relaxed in parallel behind you, or you can bring the big toes together, whichever feels comfortable. Push into both hands and sink the weight of your bum bones back towards your heels. Take a big breath in. Keep your left hand where it is. On the exhale, tuck your right arm underneath your left armpit, coming to rest on your right cheek. Push into the left palm and make your right shoulder and arm heavy into the mat. Keep pushing weight back into your bum bones. Belly button firmly pulled in. Let's repeat on the other side. Big breath in, come back into extension. Exhale, tuck left underneath right. Push into the right palm, sink your bum bones back. Make the left shoulder and arm heavy into the mat. Bring it back into extension. Come through 4-point kneeling and find your way into a soft down dog frame. Alternate bending left and right knee as you settle into your dog. Keep your belly button firmly pulled in and your bum piked up to the ceiling. Hold your down dog, pushing into hands and feet. Step up one leg at a time or come up onto the fingertips, giving me a soft bend through the knees as you take a bunny hop to the middle of your mat. Peel back up. We're going to take it into a little standing challenge. Standing up in parallel, or you can heel toe in, connecting the big toes and the ankles. Arms are at your side. You're going to bring your right knee up towards your nose, and then you're going to tap the right hand to the floor as you float the right leg behind you. You're going to move through that and flow, bringing right knee to nose, and then tapping right fingertip to floor as you float the right leg softly behind you. The leg that's working the hardest is going to be your left leg, to stabilize and hold your weight as you lift and dip through the torso. Give me 3 more on this side. Last one. Shake it out. We're going to rinse and repeat on the other side. Use your arms to help with balance. Left knee to nose. Tap the right hand to the left hand to the floor. Left knee to nose. Left hand to the floor. As you bring that knee up towards your nose, pretend that you're tugging on a little piece of string through your belly button. That's tying the inner thigh and the top of the thigh of the left leg to your lower abs to execute that movement. Give me 2 more. Last one. Shake it out. Change your orientation on the mat and come back to your start position in Pilates V. We're going to come back to the sit and we're going to start playing. Arms at your sides or hands braced on your hips. Find your start position with a bend in the right knee and the toe connected to the mat. You're going to pulse that leg up and down, driving from the inner thigh and the lower abs. So visualize tugging on a little piece of string. 4, 3, 2, last one. Float and hover the leg out to the side for about 10 beats. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take the leg behind you and hover at about 45, squeezing through the glutes of the back leg. Make sure that your supported left leg is in a slight turnout position and zipper up all the way from your ankle to your breastbone. Give me 2 more here. We'll change sides. Shake it out. Find your sit-up frame. Pulsing over the midline of the body, using your inner thigh and your lower abs to execute. Supported leg in turnout. 4, 3, 2, you're going to take it out to the side, pulsing and hovering off the floor if you can manage it. You're going to feel a lot more glute as you take it out to the side. Try not to lean aggressively to the right. Think of pinning your body weight. You've got that pole running from your crown to your heel. Change. Take and hover the leg behind you. Squeeze through the glutes to give me a soft lift and lower, working with control through the glute. Zipper up all the way from your ankle bone on the right towards your breastbone. Give me 3, 2, last one, come back, shake it out. Open up your legs a little bit wider. You're going to give me that squat and take the leg out to the side, bracing into the heel as you softly lift the leg to the side. Keep your squat small or drop down lower if you've got the range of motion. As you come into the squat, think of the weight into your bum and your heels. And you're giving me a slight flare to the feet so that you're not putting torque onto the knees as you come down into the squat. If the knees are feeling iffy, just give me a small bend. Remember, play where you're at. The body is different day to day, and you need to play with whatever your body's giving you. Let's do one more set to each side. Then we'll change our orientation on the mat. Legs in parallel. Roll down from parallel to peel back up. Think of that hollow frame. Come over a big ball as you peel down and peel back up, one vertebra at a time, restacking and realigning. Use your whole exhalation to come down, inhalation to prepare. Whole exhalation to come back up. Let's do two more. Then we're going to find 4-point kneeling and we're going to shake it up slightly. Last one. You're going to find your way into a plank line from here. Bend the knees as much as you need to find your 4-point kneeling frame on the mat. Either rinsing and repeating from 4-point kneeling or doing the same but from a plank line. Make sure you've got enough room for extension behind you. Find your plank. Make sure that the hands are nice and wide. Brace through the core. Lift, hold, and hover your left arm just off the floor. Float back down. Find your body weight distribution as you bring the one arm off the mat. A lot harder to execute from the plank. If the plank is too challenging, use 4-point kneel. Now lift, hold, and hover the left leg behind you. Trying to keep your body weight as even to the floor as you can. Change sides. This time you're going to chaturanga down from the plank. If you need to, use the knees. Bend the elbows, load through the bicep and the tricep. Try to hover your chin just off the floor in your fallen star. Release to the mat. Legs float into Pilates V. Bend the elbows, stack one palm in front of the other, and relax your forehead to the back of your hands. You're going to squeeze both glutes together to float the legs up and soften to come down. Squeeze, come up, soften, come down. Keeping the turnout position on both legs, and make sure that you don't have your chin on the back of your hands. I want your forehead connected to the back of your hands so that your neckline stays in a comfortable neutral position and you're not putting any pressure on the back of your neck. Give me 4, 3, 2. We're going to tap out, but this time you're going to brace into your heels as you flutter tap the heels against each other. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Softly float and come down, finding your way into child pose. Bend the elbows, tuck them in, palms alongside your bosom. Push back into child, big toes together, knees open nice and wide. Push into both hands, sink the weight of your bum bones back. Big breath in. On the exhale, tuck your right arm underneath your left armpit. Coming into Suphi Randasana, thread the needle. Push into your left palm, sink your bum bones back. Come back into extension. On the exhale, tuck left underneath right. Push into the right palm, sink your bum bones back towards your heels. Find your way back to extended child. Flow into a 4-point kneel, tuck your toes under. Give me that soft down dog and then creep your foot, half a foot to a full foot space forward, coming into elephant. Bringing the weight onto your toes and onto the heels. Every time you drop to the heels, try to connect your whole foot to the mat. Keep your belly button firmly pulled in, bum piped up to the ceiling, and you zip it up all the way from your ankle to your waistline. Hold your elephant. Bring the weight onto your fingertips, softly bend through the knees, step up one leg at a time, or give me a little bunny hop to land in the middle of the mat. Softly peel up. We're taking it into that one-legged challenging balance. Heel toe in. Right knee to your nose, tap the right hand to the mat. Knee to nose, float the right leg behind you as you tap the right hand to the floor. See if you can give me 6, 5, 4. Think of that pull up through your lower abs as you bring the knee up towards your nose. Let's do one more on this side, then we'll change. Shake it out. Take it to the other side. Knee to nose as you tap up. Think of that control through your supported leg and that strong pull up through your lower abdominals and your inner thighs on the left to drive the knee up, so that you're working south of the border to control your balance. Let's do 2 more. Then we'll work the last set. Bring it back, shake it out, change your orientation on the mat, and find your original turnout position. Bracing on your hips, you're going to find your tap out position. We're going to flow between positions 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to come across the midline of the body, out to the side, behind. Up, side, back. Up, side, back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Shake it out. Keep that soft turnout position on your supportive side. Find your starting frame. Give me up, side, back. Up, side, back. To find your sense of balance, keep your eye trained on a focal point on the floor or the wall in front of you. Helps with your balance. Keep rooting through the whole foot on that supportive side, and think of that long line from your heel bone towards the crown of your head. Let's do 2 more on this side. Whoops, just caught a speed wobble. Too much talking, not enough focus, concentration. Bring it down, give me a little shake out. As you complete your shake out, open up your feet a little bit wider. You're going to give me a squat and bring the leg behind you. Squat, leg behind you. As you float the leg behind you, just give me a soft toe and just think of squeezing the glute and giving me a long line through the leg. So think bubble butt as you lift and extend behind you. Bend as much as you need to through the knees or as little as you need to. So work within your range of motion. If you're feeling a lot of popping and crackling through the knees, time to draw that Q20 a little bit closer. All right, let's do 1 more set, then we'll change our orientation. Last one. Peel up, come back into parallel, hips stacking underneath, tuck your tailbone under, pull your belly button in, nod your chin to your chest, roll down, giving me a nice hollow frame, peel back up again. Get into a rhythm of your own. Use your whole exhalation to bring yourself down, and your whole exhalation to bring yourself back up. So you're taking a recovery breath, or rather recovery inhalation in between. Keep the weight bearing equal on your feet. Think of that zippering up action all the way from your ankle bone towards your breastbone as you come up, and then zipper down from your breastbone towards your ankle line as you come down. Let's do 1 more. We're going to bring it to 4-point kneeling, and the next little balance is challenging. So stay in position 1, 2, or play in 3. Find your way to 4-point kneeling. Keep it simple and just give me left leg, right arm, coming into the extension and holding, lengthening fingertip to toe. Try the other side. Come back to rinse and repeat, or try executing from plank. Step into your plank line first. Make sure the hands are wide enough so that you've got a good base of support. Lift, hold, and float your one arm, and then see if you can bring the opposite leg into extension. Execute from 4-point kneeling. If the plank is too much, try and keep your shoulders and your hips even to the floor. Bring it down. Lift and hover the one arm, and then bring the opposite leg up off the mat. Hold, brace your core. Float back down, find your plank, set up your chaturanga, your four-limbed staff. Bend through the elbows, load the bicep and the tricep, come down with control. Release to the mat. Find your turnout position on the legs, bend the elbows, stacking the hands, and relaxing your forehead. We're going to combine the double leg lift with the belly lift. So you're going to give me relaxed belly into the mat, belly up, lift and extend to float both legs up, soften through the glutes to come down, and relax your belly. Belly up, lift, extend, down, relax. 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 Keep rinsing and repeating, playing with that little pocket of air underneath your belly. We're going to do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Give me a soft float. Flutter tap with a soft point to your toe for 10. Then we're going to brace and kick for 10. 3, 2, same flutter, but brace into the heels. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, float back down to the mat in parallel. Swing the arms alongside the body with a bent elbow. Push into the palms and kick back into child pose. Big toes together, knees open nice and wide. Push into both hands and sink the weight of your bum bones back towards your heels. Take a big breath in to prepare. On the exhale, float your right arm underneath your left armpit and come to rest on your right cheek. Push into that right hand, make the right arm heavy and push into those left fingertips. Stay or gently float the left arm behind your back of your hand to the opposite hip bone. Stay or rotate your palm in, grabbing a hold of your opposite hip and giving me more rotation through the shoulders. We're going to repeat on the other side. Find your way back into extended child. Push into both hands, sink the weight of your bum bones back. Big breath in to prepare. On the exhale, tuck your left arm underneath your right, thread through. Push into your right hand and sink your bum bones back towards your heels. Stay or float the right arm behind your back of the hand to the opposite hip bone, opening up through the top shoulder. To play, rotate the palm of your hand in, grabbing hold of that hip and opening up through the shoulder. Find your way back into extended child. Push into both hands and sink the weight of your bum bones back. Take your stretch. Peel up. Find a loose 4-point kneeling frame. Find your down dog. Peel it out. Then step up your foot frame. Find elephant. Heel toeing out just to find your position. Then push down and hold. So you've got quite a packed position on the mat. Bum is looking up to the ceiling. You zip it up all the way from your ankle towards your waistline, and you're really pushing into the whole hand, weight into the pinky, forefinger, thumb, as well as the palm of your hand as you try to connect the whole sole of your foot to the floor. Give me a soft knee, bring it onto your fingertips, and give me a soft little bunny hop to land in the middle of your mat. Peel up, heel toe in, one-legged standing balance. You're going to think right knee to nose and then tap your right hand to the floor as you softly float the right leg behind you. Find a rhythm. Use your arms for support. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to shake it out. Last one, then we'll work a little standing balance series. Knee to nose, tap, opposite hand to foot on the mat. So left knee towards your nose, left hand taps out on the mat. Give me 6, 5. Think of that pull up through the lower abdominals as you bring the knee up towards the nose. See if you can give me 2 more. Last one. You're going to keep your current orientation on the mat. I'm going to change quickly so that you can see what I'm doing. You're going to heel toe in and you're going to give me a baby tree line on the right. For the first set, I want you to keep your big toe connected to the mat every time you come to the tree. Listen for the subtle cues. We're going to focus on balance and coordination. Find your tree line on the right and float your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Keep your gaze on a focal point on the floor or the wall in front of you. Float your prayer hands overhead, and as you come overhead, just open up the arms so that they're softly in parallel, palms looking in and just framing your head. Try to keep that frame through the arms as you hinge forward into a warrior 3 line, giving me a tabletop line with soft fingertips and toes. Stay or tap the right hand to the floor. Come back to your warrior 3. Find your way back into your tree with the big toe connected to the mat and the arms framing your ears. Keep your left arm where it is. Draw your right knee up towards your nose. Run your right hand down the leg. Reach for the bridge of your foot. Squeeze the 2 knees softly together. You're going to come into dancer. On the exhale, hinge forward from the waist. Kick the right foot into your backhand, up and away from your bottom as you come into dancer, Notarayasana. Come back to your tree line, both arms framing your head, big toe connected to the mat. Bring the palms together and come down in prayer. Shake it out. We're going to repeat on side 2. Find your baby tree, big toe connected to the mat, hands in prayer. Find your focal point, your drishti. Float your hands overhead. As you come overhead, open up the space between the 2 arms. Big breath in to prepare. On the exhale, find warrior 3. Come down in tabletop, floating and hovering the left leg behind you, trying to keep your ears framed. Tap the left fingertips to the floor if you can, and then float back to your warrior 3 line. Come back to your tree, big toe connected to the mat. Keep your right arm where it is. Bend the left knee towards your nose. Run your hand down the shin. Reach for the bridge of your foot. Squeeze the 2 knees together. Keep your right arm floating alongside your ear. Hinge forward from the waist. Kick your back leg into that hand as you hinge forward and find your dancer line. Come back into tree. Palms come together. Come down along the center line. Shake it out. We're going to repeat on side 1, and we're going to add to it. This time, as you find your tree line, see if you can hover your whole foot just below your knee line, not on the knee joint, between your knee and your ankle. That's going to be your tree line for round 2. Find your tree, Vrksasana. Hands to prayer. Focal point, find it. Float your hands overhead. Open up the arms and give me a soft parallel line. Hinge forward into warrior 3. This time, brace into the heel of the back leg. See if you can tap your right fingertips to the floor. Keep bracing into the back heel as you come back. Find your tree line. Try to float the whole foot off the floor, so between your knee and your ankle. Keep your left arm where it is. Right knee up to 90. Run your right hand down the shin of your right leg. Reach for the bridge of your foot. Squeeze the 2 knees together. Find dancer. Kick the back leg up and away from your bottom into that backhand. Hinge forward. Find dancer. Find your way back to your tree line. Whole foot off the floor. Palms come together in prayer. Bring them down along the center line. Shake it out. Rinse and repeat. Find your tree line. Set up your focal point and keep your eye trained on that focal point the whole time. Foot is off the floor this time in tree. Float your hands overhead. Find a soft parallel line, palms looking in. Find your warrior three line. Hinge forward, kick into the heel of that back foot as you come into your warrior three line, Virabhadrasana 3. See if you can tap the left fingertips to the floor and then come back. Find your tree line. Keep the whole foot off the floor, below your knee line. Keep your right arm where it is. Left knee to 90. Run your hand down the shin. Reach for the bridge of your foot. Squeeze the two knees softly together. Hinge forward from the waist. Try to keep your right ear framed with that right arm. Try and keep your hips and your shoulders nice and parallel to the floor. Float back. Find your tree line. Whole foot off the floor. Hands to prayer. Come down. Shake it out. Last round, we're going to add a sugar cane balance in, so listen carefully for the change up. You're going to give me the same tree line as the previous round, so just in between your knee and your ankle bone. Ready? Let's do this. All right. Find your tree, Virabhadrasana. Give me focused concentration. Float your hands overhead in prayer and then open them up in parallel. Find your warrior three line. Give me a soft toe and soft fingertips as you find your line. There's a change up coming here. Float your right hand down to the floor. Stay. Or come back up. Tap your left hand to the floor. Stay there. See if you can reach back for your right foot. Grab a right foot and hug it in. And then find your warrior three line again. Float back up. Find your tree. Right knee to nose. Keep framing with your left hand as you grab hold of your right foot. Hinge forward. Find your dancer. And drop down onto the floor. See if you can come into sugar cane. Bring it back. Oops, I got a wobble. Find your tree line. Bring it back. Shake it out. Supporter side's going to be yelling at you. All right, let's try one more time. Let's see if I can do it without a wobble this time. All right, find your tree. Find your tree between the knee and the ankle. Float your arms up in parallel. Find your warrior three line. Keep framing your ears as you hinge forward. Give me a soft leg line. Tap left hand down. Tap right hand down. Peel back up. Find your tree. Left knee up to 90. Left hand runs down. Reaches for the bridge of your foot. Keep your right arm framing your ear. Come forward in dancer. Uttanasana. Stay. Or take it into sugar cane by dropping right hand to the floor. Hugging the foot into your bum. And then to come back in dancer, kick the foot into the hand and see if you can find your balance. Come back, find your tree, hands to pray, come down along the center line, shake it out, change your orientation on the mat and give me a small turn-out position. Both arms at your sides, big breath in. On the exhale, float your arms up, keep them soft and parallel. Big inhale for 5, exhale for 10 as you come over the center line, lengthening through both fingertips. Inhale, come back. Exhale for 10. Keep the arms in parallel, pretend that you're squeezing against an imaginary weight and at the same time you're lengthening through the fingertips. Inhale to come back. Exhale to take it over. Keep lengthening through the fingertips but squeeze the two arms in towards each other. Work with opposition. Inhale, come back. Exhale for 10. Squeeze and lengthen. Keep rooting through your turn-out position. Inhale to come back. One more to each side. Keep lengthening through the fingertips as you softly squeeze those two palms towards each other. Inhale to come back. Exhale for 10 on the last time. Keep lengthening through those fingertips. Bring your hands back down in prayer. Thank you so much for coming out to play with me today. Give me a thumbs up to like this video. Please shoot me your comments below and remember to hit that big red subscribe button. If you didn't have time yesterday, please do me a favor, grab your phone, put it on selfie mode and take a quick short video of yourself just telling me why you're enjoying my classes and then send it through to me on WhatsApp. See you tomorrow, same time. Till then, keep it light.